While my kid was taking a bath, I could hear her playing with her bath toys. And as she was playing, she was reciting the land acknowledgement from her virtual school. Like she had memorized it. So she was happily saying the names of the people while she dunked her boats and played with her toys. And I thought about how when I was her age, I didn't know any of these names. So I went into the bathroom and I told her that I didn't even know the names of these people because my school never taught me that. And she said, "Well, I guess your school wasn't very good." And on that, she was very, very right. So tonight, I'd like to share the land acknowledgement that she has memorized and probably all her classmates have memorized. We acknowledge we are hosted on the lands of the Mississaugas of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Wendat. We also recognize the enduring presence of all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. And tonight, we also want to acknowledge that our guest tonight is in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And I want to go on further to say that we are grateful to have the opportunity to create here tonight, and through our activities seek to create a space for people from within and outside of our community to share, learn, and celebrate in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect.
Welcome to Monkey Toast, the improvised talk show. Streaming online live with Jack Bosshammer. He's pumped. Look at that fist. Lisa Merchant. He's wearing glasses, but not there. Carrie Griffin. I have nothing to add about Carrie. Gail Boyer and her dog. Benny Jobin Bevan. He's in England. Not really. Chris Siddiqui. I like to scream his name. Siddiqui. He's our special guest. Lieutenant Commander Paul Smith. Is an anthem. Look at that. Music by Matthew Reed with the tall dog band. His name is spelled wrong. It's Stu Reed. Stu Reed. Hosted by me. Look at me. That's me. I'm bald in all my glory. David Shore. Thank you all so much. I'm going to turn on my video. Hi, everybody. How are you? Sorry, I'm viewing the screen incorrectly, I think. I'm seeing everybody's images. Am I seeing the right thing? Are we seeing everyone's squares? I'm seeing everyone's squares, Dan. Is that right? Hey, Chris is saying Chris has got we got a convo going. Chris is saying this is his favorite intro ever because I don't know why I'm seeing everybody's images, but I'll assume that you're not out there in the world. And I just want to apologize. We had a bit of a technical issue at the beginning of the land acknowledgement. So that was Dale Boyer, our cast member, one of our cast members doing the land acknowledgement. And that was really moving, Dale. Thank you so much. And welcome to Monkey Toast Online, the improvised talk show. With me, as always, is The Clash. Yeah. The Clash are here, and the Clash are excited about the show, but they're also a little bit sad because tonight will be our last show for a while. We're taking a much-needed hiatus after tonight, and the reason we're going on hiatus, quite simply, is because I have run out of witty quips about Ron Tite. Every month at about this time in the show, I do a witty quip about former host of Monkey Toast, Ron Tite, and I just got nothing left. I got nothing. The Clash were no help this month. I was talking to Joe Strummer, and he said to me, what did he say? I wrote it down. He said, "Look, mate, I love Ron Tite, but I'm just a ghost." And then he vanished. And I haven't seen him since. And it's quite sad because I really enjoyed talking to him during the pandemic because I live alone. Yeah, it's been fun. Anyways, let me just say this about Ron Tite. We can sum up Ron Tite in a few words. Mensch, baseball, branding, Oshawa, or the schwa to the locals, family man, comedian, and baseball. There you go. It's Ron Tite in 25 words or less. All of our online shows, like tonight, have been pay what you can. If you would like to make a donation, you can go to our PayPal page. That's at paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto. There we go. There, it's up there. And that's paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto. You should see a photo of my smiling bald face. And it'll say Nathan Shore, because Nathan's my first name. There you go. A little information about me. You didn't know. I'm doing this. Wish I discovered this 5 shows ago. I'm enjoying it. Okay. Any and all donations are appreciated. If you're watching this on YouTube later, like we're doing the show live now, but it's going to render. This is what it does. This is what YouTube does when it renders. There's a guy in a room doing this. It may not be a guy. I don't know. maybe I don't know. It's probably an octopus. I'm going with a nautical theme tonight. But once it's done rendering, I can speak English. It'll be online. You can watch it there, and if you're watching it online, you can still donate if you like. So there, at the PayPal that I mentioned earlier. Hey, let's bring out the cast because I'm babbling on like a goofball. Thank you, Joe Strummer. Joe's back. Let's bring out the cast, everybody. Say hello. Come out and say hello, everybody. Where are you?
Hello.
Yes, there they are.
Hello.
What a handsome bunch. There they are, saying hello. So while they're here, let me just explain briefly how the show works. In a moment, I'm going to bring in our special guest, and him and I are going to chat. And then from time to time, I'm going to throw the focus back to the cast, and they're going to do improvised scenes. Everything they're going to do is completely made up on the spot. They haven't seen any of the questions I'm going to ask our guest tonight, and nothing is pre-planned in the show, particularly this introduction, which I wrote. I'm going way off script. Why not? It's the last show for a while. Let's hear it for Matthew Reed on the keyboards. Matthew Reed. Yeah. And Dan Gallia, our man helping us out with the live stream. He's hiding behind that. There he is.
Oh.
There he is. I like it's one of my favorite parts of the show when Dan appears from behind the screen like the Great Oz. All right. So let's say goodbye to the cast. We'll see them soon enough doing some hilarious, hopefully, improv scenes. And before we bring out our guests, let me just remind you that we will be taking donations for tonight's show at paypal.me/Monkey Toast Toronto. All right. That was a lot. Okay. Let's bring out our guest. Our guest tonight just finished up his tour as Commandant of the Royal Canadian Navy's Fleet School Atlantic out in Halifax. He is also the Canadian Navy's first Black Canadian Ships Commanding Officer. Please welcome to the show, Lieutenant Commander Paul Smith. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you. Now,
You as well.
full disclosure to everybody, Lieutenant Commander Smith and I, we went to junior high and high school together. And this is the first time we've seen each other in 30 years, I think. We've talked a bit online recently arranging this. And I need to know, because to me, you're Paul Smith, but you're obviously Lieutenant Commander Smith. What should I be calling you? What would you like to be called?
Fine.
Paul is fine. Okay, because even if you said Lieutenant Commander or call me Commander, it's going to be Paul. I got to tell you, it's just of course I have it. So I do apologize. So I have to ask you, Paul. So I kind of know a bit of the story because I remember back in the day you talking that you might join the Navy. But how did you get in the Navy? How did you get involved in the Royal Canadian Navy? Tell us the story.
It's kind of a funny story going back to high school. I'm sure you remember Jordan Silverberg. I'm not sure if he's watching tonight, but hi, Jordan. So sitting around talking about summer employment just before school ended one summer. And Jordan mentioned that he had done a recruit training program part-time with the Naval Reserves the summer before. And it was almost a dare. It's pretty tough, Paul. I'm not sure that you'd be able to do it. So, back then, hopped on a bus, went downtown to HMCS York, signed up for the summer training program the next day or that day and started that summer. And kind of fell in love with it after that. Joining is one thing, but I think it's more important the reason that you choose to stay. And for me, that reason was the people I got to meet, the opportunities that I knew it was going to provide. Growing up in Toronto, there's not as big a presence or an awareness of the Navy, certainly not back in '86.
No.
And so that was my first exposure. Absolutely fell in love with it. And Jordan, you still owe me $50. It's been 30 years, but we'll go with $1986.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I remember because I was supposed to take the program with Jordan the summer before, but the thought of getting up early in the morning didn't appeal to me. And neither did taking orders, which my mother can attest to. And also I lived in Thornhill. I thought it was a schlep. But I remember that when Jordan came, like after the summer that you did it, you both came back really like ripped. You both came back like you each had put on like 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, which because Jordan and I used to push around, and it's like I couldn't push him around anymore after that.
It's a pretty physically and mentally demanding program, but well worth it. It was great for me.
Yeah, and so what made you want to join like full time, like go from the summer program?
Just to understand how the Navy works, I was a full-time reservist for a number of years, for most of my career. So in Canada, you have the option of joining the Naval Reserve, serving in a similar capacity, slightly different career path, but you can do it full-time. So I was a Naval Reservist on full-time contract for a good 20 years. In pieces. So I would do a full-time contract, did it through university where I'd work during the summer. And then afterwards signed on for one of the ships. And again, fell in love with life at sea. So started going to sea. Really my first trip at sea was in 87. But it was 93 that I started doing the full-time contracts, and fell in love with the Navy, how the ships worked, an opportunity to travel. So I decided to stick it out.
And what are some of the misconceptions people like everyday people like me have about the Navy and the Canadian Navy in general, do you think?
I think not so much a misconception, but a full understanding of what it is that we do. I think that a lot of people hear the Navy. Sadly, the bad stories come out more than the good stories. But I'm sure the common person doesn't know how we're deployed globally as a Navy. I mean, right now we have a Commodore Peets that's just taking command of the NATO Maritime Group 1. So he's in charge of all the NATO ships, doing all the operations, all the business. So we do a lot of work. We're deployed all the time. It's always a couple of ships out on international deployment. But the size and the scope of what we actually do, I think, is not well enough known in Canada.
Right. And you were a non-commissioned officer for 14 years, and then you accepted your commission. Was the goal to always be an officer, or did something change and made you want to become an officer?
Well, something did change. I had done the 14 years. I enjoyed where we were, and seeing that I could do more. I could affect more. I could actually be a bigger voice in the ship for the operations, and within the Navy. So an opportunity to do more led me to look for my commission. I had a very supportive staff when I was on board HMCS Whitehorse. The officers there agreed. Actually, a couple of them helped me fill out the paperwork, got me through the process, and just took off from there.
And you mentioned about your first deployment, like the first time you were on a ship. What was it like the first time you were like, okay, we're actually going out to sea, like we're going out on either on a mission or a deployment? What was that like for you?
So the first time I went to sea, I'd been in for 2 summers, and somebody said, HMC Askina is deploying over to Europe. I'd never been to Europe before. I said, I'll sign up and see what it's like. I got to tell you, David, I spent the first week thrown up on a routine basis. I'm working in the operations room as one of the junior operators and being given time to, all right, Smith, it's your turn. And I'd run down below, get sick and come back up, but I stuck it out. I'm happy to say that, seasickness disappeared after the first couple of years, but it was a shock to the system because life at sea can be demanding. Depending on the mission, depending what area you're working in. I mean, the North Atlantic is never truly calm for very long. So you're constantly working in an industrial workspace that's moving quite a bit, still trying to achieve effect in the operation. And it can be a bit of a shock to the system initially. But once you get to see some of the rewards, see what you're actually doing, the effect that you're having, it's been empowering. At least it was for me.
What I found interesting about one of the things that came out what you just said is that it went away after a few years. So for a year, like whoa. So the second time you went out, where you're like, oh, I'm going to be sick quite a bit. Were you thinking like, I'm going to vomit a lot in this? That was like,
no, because I learned better living through chemistry and started taking anti-nauseants. So I would take my Gravol before we deployed, just to make sure I could stay at my station. And when I say the 3 years, it was, when we deployed, I checked what the weather was like, see what I needed to take medication. But 3 years in, didn't even have to do that anymore.
Okay. And I see, look, most things I know about the military are from film and TV, and Like seriously. So I'm curious as to like the first time you crossed the equator. You always see like in films, like it, could be like 300-400 years ago in the British Navy, they throw all the new guys off into the water when they go on. Did you do anything like that when you cross the equator or anywhere where it's like, hey, this is a big deal, like Navy wise?
We have traditions. We have ceremonies that we do. It's a team building thing. It's to be to build morale and team cohesion. So we do ceremonies when we cross the Atlantic. I've done that a couple of times as a separate ceremony for crossing the Arctic Circle that we've done a couple of times. When you cross the Arctic, you get to paint the bull ring, the nose of the ship, blue, okay, to signify that that ship has crossed a particular circle. So in one of our deployments in 2017, operating off the west coast of Africa, we had the chance to actually cross what's called the Golden Cross. So crossing the equator at the prime meridian. So you get there, your GPS actually reads 00. Wow. We had a chance to get there, cross. There's a unique naming convention and ceremony for that as well. And the crew was just excited. Once in a lifetime opportunity for some of them.
Okay, based on all that, let's see some comedy.
All right.
Hey, Rick Golden, right? Rick Golden. Were you throwing up? You throwing up in mute? You throwing up in mute, man?
Yeah, I just didn't want you to have to hear. I've just been throwing up for months.
Yeah. I've been trying to track you down for months.
Wait, Terry?
Yeah, Terry. Okay. I don't know if you're doing this for real. You're just trying to get out of what I'm going to tell you.
What, Terry? I haven't seen you since high school. It's
high school, yeah. And in high school, I asked you the same thing. And we went to junior high, I asked you the same thing. And it all started back in kindergarten. In kindergarten, you bet me 10 cents that I couldn't burp the alphabet. And then I did it, and you never paid up.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just a dumb recess thing. I didn't think you'd spend all semester just practicing.
Practicing, yeah. Practice real hard too. And I want not just my 10 cents, but that was 1977. So I want all the interest on it too. You think you're barfing now? Wait till you got to pay me $1,000.
I don't have that kind of money. I haven't been able to work because of this damn nausea that's overtaken me. Look, that was 35 years ago, Terry. It was 10 cents. I'll give you 10 cents, okay? Here's a dime.
I don't want your dime. You owe me $1,000, man. You know how much work I've had to do to track you down 3 separate times. And now that I got you, all I have to do right now is stay here until you get that money.
Meanwhile, on a coast somewhere. Boy, geez. The sea.
Captain.
Yeah.
We're approaching the coast, Captain. I think we got about another 5 minutes.
All right. Well, it's time for you to strip down and jump over. We need some chum.
We're doing the strip down and jump over?
Yeah, it's time. It's time, Lewis.
I thought we weren't doing this anymore.
Okay.
No, we're doing it.
Well, okay.
That's the whole point of this trip.
I don't see what that has to do with this trip. I mean, why did we come all the way out here?
Your turn, Jimmy.
I mean, there's walls of sharks in them. This isn't dangerous, is it?
No, of course it's not dangerous. No, all the sharks are gumming. All right.
Okay. Look, I really don't see what this has to do with being a sailor. I mean, I thought there's a lot of sharks down there.
You don't know what it has to do with being a sailor? Dear God, what have you been doing on this ship?
Well, I've been plotting the charts and rigging the sails.
Plotting the charts and rigging the sails.
Cap, this guy, look.
At time I single-handedly stopped us from being boarded by pirates. I thought that was the sort of stuff I was going to be doing.
It's time to say the ode and jump overboard.
Come on, it's a team building exercise. Come on.
That's right.
I could do this.
All right.
Is anybody else going to do this with me, or is this a solo thing?
No, it's one at a time. One at a time,
yeah.
Okay.
We got to be here to pull you out, right?
Okay. Here goes.
Dear God, look at the frenzy.
Oh my
Oh my God.
Oh my,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Quickly, turn the boat around so we can't get back on. Come on.
Guys, hey, come on, wait up.
Ah, dear
So
God.
the original scene about the bet. Cut to the first two guys from the scene about the bet.
Listen,
Terry, you got it. You can't just stay outside of my house. It's been 2.5 weeks.
no. You know what? My medical practice can wait for me. It can wait for me until I get back. I want that $1,000, and it's about the principle of the thing.
Well, maybe we could double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What would be double doing the burping of the alphabet?
I'll bet you 20 cents, 1975 cents.
Okay.
That you can't fart the soliloquy from Hamlet.
What a joke. I've been practicing that 10 years just in case you asked me to. That's
No,
right.
how would you possibly know that?
Just quickly gonna drink this coffee and this can of beans at the same time.
I didn't even notice you had them there beside you.
Yeah, it's all part of the preparation. Now get ready to hear that sweet, sweet sound of Shakespeare coming out of my ass.
Meanwhile, anywhere else, another place in the town. Oh my God. Jacob?
Hey, Linda. Yeah,
Do you
just
like
read
my
on the news. Some guy was he got the Oscar for farting the whole soliloquy from Hamlet.
Oh my God, I know. I was moved. I cried. I hid it, but I cried when I saw it.
Anyway, sorry. You were gonna ask something.
No, I was gonna tell you, like, do you like my new Arctic blue nose ring?
Ooh.
This Arctic blue nose ring? Yeah.
It goes
I
with
went on
the
summer break
jade
with my
earrings.
Yeah. I went with my parents like to the Arctic, and apparently there's like a tradition. If you go up there, you get your nose pierced with blue.
Oh, wow.
Hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
It
sounds a
turns
lot
out
like
there's like all these things you.
sorry, no, you.
What is... No, I want to know. No, I'm curious because I'd never heard anything like it before, but you were saying that it sounds like something.
Well, I mean, it just sounds like, last year when I kayaked past the equator, there was just a bunch of people in Curacao. That little island just above South America. And they
where they make curacao.
That's right. Yeah. And they pierced my toe skin. It's just a thing.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's so. I didn't know that about you. You always seem so conservative. Like I didn't know. I didn't know that you like were into that.
It's the toes, right? So no one can see them. Only people who are close can see the toes.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, it's kind of like underwear. Like you have socks on, and you have underwear on. And then it's like, who sees you without socks? Like I never take my socks off. Like
am I right?
Do that?
Right.
It's so crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile,
so listen,
in a living room in suburbia, I'm ready, Dad.
All right.
I'm ready. I'm signing up for the reserves. Hi, Uncle Lloyd.
Whoa. Reserve.
Yeah, you're gonna be great. It's gonna
Hold
be great.
on, Lloyd. Reserves of what? Be more specific.
Tell him.
The reserves, like where you go and you learn discipline, where you learn how to be the person all that you can be.
Those are all great, but I need to know specifically what part of the military you're talking about. You better think real long and real hard about what you're going to give me as an answer.
Okay.
Just be honest, little one.
I'm going to be honest. That's all I can be. If I'm going to be all I can be, I got to be honest. I'm signing up for the Navy.
That's right.
Lloyd, did you get it up? Lloyd, you told her to do this?
Of course I did. The Navy needs new young blood, and she's great.
You know how I feel about the Navy. You both know how I feel about the Navy. Those guppies aren't the real military. You got to be in the Army. That's the real military right here.
That's your story, Dad. My narrative is different. My narrative is about the water, because Mom was a mermaid, as you
I have no daughter. I have no daughter. Lloyd.
Dad!
That's,
Uncle Lloyd.
He doesn't understand that water kind. You know, you got it in your blood. I understand.
I got it in my blood. I'm part tuna.
I know. Look, I've seen the way you were raised. I saw you in the kiddie pool in your backyard. You used to swim circles around all the other kids, literally. And I know you're gonna be fine in the Navy. I mean, you got a scaly back. You got a lot going for you.
Yeah, I don't know what Dad expects of me, since if I don't go in the Navy, then I'm just going to end up in the circus.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to go in the Navy and you're going to represent your country. Now, I gotta be honest with you about something.
Yeah.
I was, of course, in the Navy when I was, just a little older than you. You know, that's where your father and I started butting heads. But there's something I need to tell you. I was in the Navy for 17 years, and I never quite figured out what it is we were supposed to be doing.
And scene.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Very funny. Okay. Before we bring back Lieutenant Commander Smith. Oh, but there he is. That's okay, Paul. You can hang. No. Oh, there he's gone. He's like in a submarine. He's gone. He's here. You never know where he is. But before we bring Lieutenant Commander Smith back, I just wanted to let you all know that while we'll be taking hiatus from doing the live streaming show for a while, Monkey Toast is still available for all your private, corporate, or virtual entertainment needs. There's more information on our website, monkeytoast.com. If you click on the Hire Us link there, or you can email me via the website for more info. And tonight's show, as always, is Pay What You Can via our PayPal donation page. That's paypal.me / or just / Monkey Toast Toronto, paypal.me / Monkey Toast Toronto. All right, and let's bring back our special guest, Lieutenant Commander Paul Smith. All right, cool. Was that all accurate, Paul? Everything that we saw in those scenes? Oh, I think your mic might be off, Paul. Your mic might be off.
There we go.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. Honest life retelling exactly how it happened.
All right, that's very cool. So I want to talk a bit about your first command, and particularly. So I mentioned earlier that you're the first Black Canadian to command a ship in the Navy, in the Canadian Navy. I don't think that was something that was known right away. Is that correct? Like, it's something you kind of found out later?
Yeah, it wasn't known right away. I remember, coming up through training, not seeing a lot of people that looked like me once I started going to sea, and certainly none in command or senior leadership roles. Mm-hmm. When I got command in 2014, I was more focused on actually being in command. Sort of a new job, the responsibility of being captain, and the follow-on effects. Just sitting around with a few friends and talking about it, somebody had mentioned that I think you're the first Black commanding officer that the RCN's ever had. That led to some more discussion, some checking, and then it came out after that. So it was a bit of a slow progression, just to allow me to focus more on actually being in command than anything else.
Did you feel any extra pressure when you found out that you were the first Black commander of a ship?
I didn't feel any initially. The 3 years I was in command, I was fortunate to have quite a few missions assigned to the ship. I left for an Arctic deployment 2 weeks after taking command, a pretty high-profile thing. But it wasn't until a particular event a year later, there was the Black military police sergeant that came over to me while I was leaving the ship, and we got to talking. And he had said, I walked all the way across the parking lot to salute you. I've never saluted a Black lieutenant commander before. That was good to see somebody in a leadership role that looks like me. and that got me, more thinking on the diversity and inclusion piece within the RCN. And I think we're starting to take some great steps forward. We're moving in the right direction, but we still have a long way to go.
Right. I want to talk about, because when I emailed you, I said, look, I'm really curious to what life is like aboard a ship, like just the everyday, the ins and outs. Can you take us through like when you were on ship, like say when you were, what was a typical day for you when you were out at sea?
Well, there's really no typical days. Depends on the mission and where you are and what the operational requirements are. But there is a standard sort of routine on board ship that starts with wakey at 7 o'clock. So at 7 o'clock, the morning watch makes the pipe over the system for everybody to get up. Then it's breakfast. Then out pipes at 7:50 or 8 o'clock, which means that's when you start sort of the work day. So you have a group of people that are on watch. Obviously, they make up the watch rotation, and that's everything from in the engineering spaces up on the bridge. Depending on the mission, again, that's when the training will start. We'll do the cleaning of the ship and get the husbandry out of the way, and then we'll start doing the day-to-day training. It's very important that everybody stays mission ready. So when you build the program during the day, you incorporate as much training as possible. Again, given the mission requirements. Then it's lunch. Everybody has a chance to down tools, get some food, and then back to the afternoon of training and patrol. However, if you're conducting a mission, that kind of goes out the window. You make time for the day-to-day things depending on what you have to do.
And how, I've seen, all the Navy films that I've seen, or war movie films I've seen, the different quarters depending on your rank. I'm kind of curious as to, literally, like going to sleep on the ship, like when you were just a crew member to an officer to now you're in command. Right. On the films I've seen, you get your own cabin. I don't know, what's so curious as to what that's like the living quarters.
So the captain does have their own cabin. When I started sailing again back in '86, a totally different class of ship that we no longer have. I was up forward in a cabin with, I believe, 25 to 30 others. Huge mess decks, and so you made your own little space, your own little corner, because of the watch rotations of people getting up at all hours of the night. You really don't usually get a full night's sleep, and then depending where you are on the ship and the weather outside, you're rolling or pitching quite a bit in bed. But that's all part of life at sea. As I moved up, obviously the quarters got a little bit nicer. The ships changed. When the Kingston class vessels, the one I was in command of, when they got online, very comfortable sleeping spaces, small cabins, but quite comfortable. And when you're in command, you get your own cabin. You don't sleep nearly as much. You're called quite a bit during the night, but you do get your own spot.
I'm very curious, Paul, as to what it's like to take a shower. What are the showers like on the ship? I know it seems weird, but these are the things I'm like, what's it like to take, is it cramped? What is it like to take a shower? And is there a limited supply there's got to be a limited supply of water, right? Of fresh water on the ship, right?
We make our own. We make our own water when we're at sea, so you fill up, and then as you're steaming, you make your own water. So it's usually pretty good. Depending on what port you go to, you fill up when you get in alongside. But the showers are the showers. I mean, that's not there's nothing luxurious, but it certainly isn't horrible. They're individual showers on the Kingston class ships, and as a 6'2" guy for the CO's heads and wash place, it's a little bit of bending to take a shower, but it's quite comfortable.
Okay. And I'm curious if you've ever been on a crew in a submarine.
I've never been on a submarine at sea. I have toured the submarine. Not a great place again for a taller guy, not familiar with the layout of the ship, but I've never been to sea in a submarine.
And what's the longest you've ever been out to sea deployed? I would assume, obviously when you're out on a deployment, at some point you're going to go to ports elsewhere. Right. But what's the longest you've been just at sea?
Longest stretch at sea is about 3 weeks for me, and it was during a deployment in the Caribbean. So off Carib when we're doing drug interdiction operations, and we had to stay on patrol for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm. And what do you guys do on your downtime on the ship? If you're not, there must be some downtime, maybe not so much for the captain, but for the regular cruisers?
You have an opportunity to work out. There's a gym, a small gym on the bridge. You have a chance to work out. Very important to stay in shape. There's a few people that you watch your movies in the mess. A lot of people like to read, but you find your own comfort in the downtime. A ship like the Kingston class, not very big, 55 meters, and about 47 people on board. So quiet time to yourself is very important, but it's also hard to come by sometimes.
All right, based on all that, let's see some comedy.
Oh
Admiral.
my God. Relax, at ease.
Admiral, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. It's been an absolute honor serving under you these past 3 years.
Just get it all out. Get it all out. Say it
I just
all
wanted to
the
say,
days.
I seem to be the only brown dude in the entire ship, and just wondering, could we keep it that way?
So you just.
I just want to make sure I'm
Oh yeah.
only ever brown guy,
Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
I'm the only woman on this ship.
Huh.
I'm the only woman here. Only one. Yeah. And I've done a pretty good job to keep it that way. So listen. If you do your side of things,
yeah,
I'll do my side of things.
I'll do the brown side. You do the woman's side.
I'll do the woman. Yeah, and then that sounds. Oh,
I only say this because I think
I gotta say though. You look.
I just think some of the other guys are catching on. I just want to say that. So I don't know how long we can hide this.
Well, listen. A lot of the guys, they're catching on to me too. And really, all I usually do, you take this for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm at the mess and I'm eating with everybody else. I'll go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Want to join me? And then I just answer myself. I go, yeah, I'll come. And then it's as if they just saw two women walk away.
Huh.
So they just believe that they just believe it. So maybe for you, maybe if you were just like, I don't know, you just kind of do a brown thing, I guess, and then they just think that there's.
Sorry, Admiral Lady. Ensign Brown.
Yes.
Just here to let you guys know that we are showing Goodfellas in the mess right now. If you want to come on down.
Okay.
Great, I'll be right there.
Thank you, Ensign Brown.
Be right there. Yeah.
See what I mean? Like Goodfellas, they're always having rice with butter on it. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I know.
I just want one packet of soy sauce or something.
I'm so sorry, Ensign Brown. It was not very sensitive of us. The guys all got together. We're actually going to watch Slumdog Millionaire. I'm sorry, we're going to watch Slumdog Millionaire. I'll see you guys soon.
Oh,
Admiral Lady.
See, I'm not even a Danny Boyle fan. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a good movie, but it's not.
I hear you. I've never heard. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if that's a.
Sorry, Admiral Lady, and then the double feature because we want to respect Admiral Lady. We're going to watch Silkwood. Okay, so Slumdog Millionaire, Silkwood, double feature.
Yeah, great. At ease.
Thank you so much.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
Now the thing about it is that if they have these movies and they do all this and they think that there's more of us, then I don't want to be special. Like the truth is, for example, I always say the night watch is for women. And then that way I get to be up here and I get to have all the time to myself.
Meanwhile, in quarters below deck. Sorry about this. It's a little cramped in here, huh? It's just. Can you pass me my shirt there?
Oh yeah. Here.
Thank you.
There you go.
Just
sorry, I think I left my logbook just behind you on the.
That's what that is. Oh yeah, it's been digging into my butt.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's because I'm gonna
have to put my shirt on. Can you just sort of?
Oh yeah. Do you need some help, or do you want me to just?
No. That's weird. No.
Wait, I think I got my arm in your shirt there.
Yeah, we're wearing the shirt together. That's
yeah. Hey, have you noticed how Admiral Lady and a few of the others keep kind of mixing us up?
Yeah.
Like they came up to me and they were like, Sergeant White Guy, and I was like, no, I'm not Sergeant White Guy. I'm Lieutenant White Guy.
My last name is White Guy.
Yes, yeah. So's mine.
Oh, this is weird.
It is kind of weird. It's just like I
kind of hoping maybe we'd be, finding a coaster someplace and, we could jump overboard and swim with the sharks and stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're here. Like we've been spending 3 weeks in the Caribbean, man. It would be nice to get some sun.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Whoops. Oh, that guy's on watch. He's come to watch us.
Oh,
gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
yes,
sir.
We need 2 white guys on deck right now to swab it.
Oh,
okay. Yeah,
on the
fine.
way,
That's
sir.
great. Can we get out of here?
Way.
This is
Right away.
fantastic.
And we're watching, for you guys, we're watching Forrest Gump tonight in the mess.
Forrest Gump. That's great. My favorite movie.
He represents America.
Oh wow, he really does.
He does.
All right, we gotta get up and swab the deck.
Oh,
Meanwhile, in a shower somewhere. Oh. What's that, dear? Sorry, I'm sorry. The water's getting in my ears.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
My armpits are so dirty when I'm on a boat.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Like, I just feel like I just have to keep watching my armpits, Why are they so dirty? What am I doing? Oh. Like,
Hey,
I don't know about you.
When did you guys start showering with your clothes on?
Always.
I've always worn my clothes.
I always wear a sport coat in the shower. How about you? Why are you naked?
Well,
Why are you naked?
That's odd.
Yeah,
That
why
is
are you naked?
odd.
I just thought we were supposed to get naked for a shower.
Oh, I go around naked all day and put a sport coat on when I get in the shower. So
Yeah, haven't you noticed that all of us are naked all the time?
I'm wearing clothes, but that's because I'm on watch.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why he's got the binoculars.
he's on
'cause
shower
he's watching.
This is really embarrassing. I'll go put some clothes on.
At least you recognized it. At least you recognized what he did wrong.
That's true.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
First step.
God, these armpits though, right?
Meanwhile, on a beach somewhere.
Hey there. I couldn't help but noticing you like skipping stones.
Oh yeah, it just kind of helps me think. I come out here when I got something on my mind.
Oh yeah? I mean, I don't mean to interrupt your thinking time, but if you want an ear to chat with, I'm here.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just a kid, and you got to be at least 40 or something. You're like 8.
Aren't you sweet? I'm 43.
Oh, well, I was pretty close then, I guess.
Yeah. Like, well, hey, how big a problem can a kid have, huh?
Well, I graduated high school just, last month. So, I mean, I'm not a kid. I mean, I'm in that transition period. Like I'm 17 now, right? I got to figure out what I want to do with my life.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, those are big questions. I don't know. When I was your age, I was like, I got a part-time job and, was working at the Dairy Queen.
Nobody wants to work at a Dairy Queen anymore. I mean, I want to do something important with my life. Every night I look up at the stars and I think there's so much out there. I want to explore. I want to go see stuff, but my dad just wants me to take over the family business.
Oh, yeah. What's the family business?
He owns a Subway shop. He wants me to just make deli meat sandwiches 24/7 pretty much.
Well, I don't know. That does sound dead end.
Yeah, right? It does sound dead end.
I mean,
you're throwing the rocks overhand.
I'm a lobber.
Oh.
I like lobbing. I
Lobbing just goes up and then plunks in. It's like,
yeah, but it sounds like a fart, which is really funny.
And
yeah.
scene.
All
right.
It all goes back to farts.
Yes, I like to keep it classy and end on a fart joke. Before we bring back Paul, we don't have another show to plug like normally we do next month, but I do want to say I have a podcast called The Panel Show Podcast with David Shore, and it dropped today. There's a new episode today, and on that show I bring together 2 real journalists and 2 improvisers who appear in character, and we talk about real world topics, issues, and events. And you can get that wherever you get your podcasts. That's The Panel Show Podcast with David Shore. You can get updates about all things Monkey Toast if you want to find out about when we're going to have future shows and stuff by signing up for our newsletter on our website at monkeytoast.com. There's a little sign up button there. And tonight's show, once again, I have to say, is pay what you can, pay what you think. So our donation page is paypal.me. There it is on the screen, /Monkey Toast Toronto. That's paypal.me / I can't say it. /Clash. There we go. At Monkey Toast Toronto. Now let's bring back our special guest, Lieutenant Commander Paul Smith. Oh, all right. Paul, do they watch a lot of Forrest Gump on the ships? Is that a popular?
It used to be.
It used to be. You mentioned briefly about a deployment in.
Can I just say something, David? This is Sandy.
Sorry? Yeah.
I just want to say, I thought Forrest Gump was a good white guys movie. I don't know why. I just thought that was my white guys movie. That's all. I'm defending myself. See you guys.
It made me laugh. So, but I couldn't, the way these online shows work is you can only hear yourself laugh, which is sad in comedy. So, well, Paul, you mentioned earlier about a deployment in the Caribbean, and I think it was like a drug operation. Can you tell us a bit about that? Like,
the operation is called Op Carib, and we do. There's an organization called Joint Interagency Task Force South out of Key West. That's a U.S.-led organization. It's a coalition of nations who are providing patrol work and anti-drug operations in the Caribbean. So we had an opportunity to participate. Canada sends a ship down there as often as we can. There's actually a ship down there now doing patrols. And you get into your patrol area. You stop. Anybody you think is. Possibly moving some drugs. We have a team on board of U.S. Law enforcement personnel, and they do the boardings of the ships. And if somebody's caught, then we do the seizure. We were fortunate we had a pretty big drug bust the last time we were down there, just off the coast of Honduras. And it's interesting because the group that's brought on board is so skilled and so well trained. We did the patrol, did the calls, and I talked briefly about teamwork and how important it is on board ships. So it's a Sunday afternoon off the coast of Honduras, and it's an afternoon watch. It's pretty hot. The youngest member of the team, who's doing the lookout operations, takes a look and sees a small mast way on the horizon, and says, "Captain, what's that over there?" So put on my big captain voice and say, "Well, son, that is the visible horizon. That's where the sea meets the." And he's like, "Yeah, I know that. There's something over there." So I put on my old man glasses, take a look, and there's a small sailboat out there. So we called the law enforcement detachment, and they came up. We decided to do a boarding. We did a hailing. They went over, took a look, and got all the papers. Called into the headquarters, and that ship was known to them. It's a boat that is known, just a pleasure craft. And these 3 poor Honduran fishermen have a side job of moving yachts from one country to another for the owners. And so they were just doing their routine movement. So he came on board and said, "Captain, everything checks out. We've got to let them go." I said, "Of course, they haven't done anything. No need to board them. Return the documents." As they returned the documents, the fishermen reached down to pick up the documents and exposed a solid gold Rolex.
Oh, wow.
The detachment just kind of, "This doesn't look right to us."
Right.
went on board, and I think it was about $13 million worth of cocaine
Wow.
that was moved on this sailing boat. So you know, we conducted the seizure and made our arrest. So it's an interesting operation in that surveillance is such a big part of it. You're not sure how much is being moved, and this is an example of it can be moved in sort of any vessel on board.
And you had a very different operation. We don't have a lot of time, but I'd like to talk a bit about Neptune Trident. If you can tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so that was our deployment to Western Africa, and at the time it was the first deployment to that region by the Canadian Navy in over 15 years, I believe. It held a lot of a personal importance for me because a lot of people don't know on this side of the Atlantic, but Sierra Leone was actually founded by a group called the Nova Scotian settlers.
Mm-hmm.
So they were freed slaves from the American Revolutionary War who made their way to Nova Scotia, the Loyalists, and eventually, after years, petitioned for a new homeland. England sent a few ships over because they had wanted to try to settle Sierra Leone. So being able to follow that history and actually get into Freetown, Sierra Leone, and see everything from there's a cotton tree that's in the middle of town. That's where the settlers first came, had their first meal, and thank God for safe travel. But there's actually a plaque on the tree thanking Nova Scotia for the founding of Freetown. A great opportunity to do a bunch of outreach. Sort of different schools that were there.
I think we have some photos of you at an all-girls school, I think.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to do some outreach, and this is part of a literacy program. We partnered with a literacy group there, and this was fantastic, sitting in and reading with the school kids there. They were so proud to be able to have somebody to read to, just to show off what they've learned. That it was wonderful to me. Probably one of the best things I've done in uniform.
Mm-hmm. And I want to ask you, there's another shot of you in uniform there. I would say. I watched a video of you online put out by the Navy that's called 60 Seconds with Lieutenant Commander Paul Smith. And you answer a bunch of random questions. You pull all these questions out of a box. And one of the questions was, what are your hobbies? Do you remember your answer to that? I know it's a while ago, but do you remember? It was, you said, watching basketball, coaching basketball, and playing basketball. So my question to you, because we went to high school together, and you are on championship basketball team. And the year you guys won the championship, you all got these sweet leather jackets. And I don't have the yearbook here. It's at my mom's, but there was a great photo of all of you in the leather jackets showing off. And you all wore those jackets all the time with great pride, deservedly so. You guys were a great team. When you are coaching, watching, or playing basketball these days, are you wearing the leather jacket? I need to know.
It's funny that you bring up the jacket because my sister moved recently and discovered in her basement a couple of things. It was a York Mills sweater, wow. and that jacket that I hadn't seen in 30 years. So no, I don't still wear it because I haven't seen it in a while, and to be honest, I doubt I'd still fit into it.
You know, oddly enough, when I was in the show at the Second City, like I've lost quite a bit of weight, and I had a rugby jersey from one of the rugby tours I went on to England, and I wore it on stage every night. And a mutual friend of ours, John Rosemer, came to the show and freaked out because he was on the rugby team that the shirt still fit me, and I still have it's hanging somewhere. I was gonna wear it, but I thought I would look poor in the show, so I knew you were gonna dress up. But you know, Paul, based on all that, for the last time tonight, let's see some comedy.
I am Poseidon. Dare to pass me. You will be struck down.
I'll do it.
Who goes there?
Oh, it's just Frank and Lewis. I'm Frank.
I'm Lewis. And together we're Frank and Lewis.
Yeah,
Frank.
We're Frank and Lewis.
I am Poseidon. You must answer a riddle to get by.
Oh, that sounds like kind of fun, hey?
Yeah, I'm into this, Lewis. Go ahead, Poseidon. Sure, we're just trying to get to the coast. We got some vacation time, so
we're avid casual kayakers. We want to go down to the coast and
Kayak, sir. I should kill you just for that.
Kill us.
That would.
A fun riddle like who's lying, who's telling the truth, who do you believe?
What?
I thought it was gonna be like a fun riddle, like this guy's lying, that guy tells the truth. Which one do you ask?
No. If you're in the here's the riddle. If you're in the bottom of the ocean and you roll around, who are you?
Oh, geez. You got any ideas there, Frank?
Well, I'm thinking something on the bottom of the ocean that rolls. That sounds like maybe like a flounder or some kind of stingray.
Flounder?
Yeah, rounder fish.
Like Ow! He hit me with that fork thing.
Hey, we were just brainstorming. That wasn't the official answer, was it?
Well, I heard flounder as if it was an answer. Flounders are flat.
Okay, well, I thought maybe it was a bowling ball that fell overboard somewhere.
That was a good guess. That was a good. Okay, it's like a fish turnover.
Oh, okay. Now are we going to submit that as an answer?
If you're like piggies in a blanket, only it's. What's that?
I just want to know if you're going to submit that as an official answer because.
Oh yeah, because I'm getting ready.
Oh no,
I got the Army and I got the Navy. Which one do you want?
I want the medic.
Meanwhile, at a high school basketball game. All right, boys. All right, listen up. It's the fourth quarter. Okay. Now, Jimmy, I need you to run down the middle. Okay. Kaplansky, you're doing guard. Okay.
Sorry, I was late.
Lewis.
Sorry.
If we're gonna win this game against the North Toronto Pikes, then we have to get you in there. Okay. Yes.
Coach,
Kaplansky.
Right.
I think maybe we would be doing a lot better if maybe you didn't make us wear these leather jackets. It's like really hot out there, man, and
it's so hot. I put on the blanket.
Coach.
Yeah, Jimmy.
I mean, we had to give our basketball jerseys to the drama club so they could do High School Musical, and then we got their leather jackets from last year's production of Grease. I don't think it was a good trade-off, Coach.
Well, thank you very much. And I want to point out that Jimmy is the only positive guiding light on this whole team, okay? I've heard nothing from you, Joni and Kaplansky. All you're doing is complaining.
I was actually complaining. It's rather hot.
Yeah.
This is hot.
You sit there and you just keep drinking whiskey mix all night.
Look.
I got whiskey mix. I come home smelling like whiskey mix and my mom gets mad.
Okay, look. Okay, look.
Coaching, but what about if you maybe played?
Yeah, I didn't play.
You always bragging, I'm good at coaching, I'm good at watching. Are you any good at playing, coach? When was the last time you picked up the round ball, huh?
Oh, geez. Last time I picked up the round ball was when I was 14-year-old fighting off the Lee Side Farts. Now that was a team.
Okay.
Because I always heard if you can't play, you teach.
Yeah, and you can't teach, you coach.
And if you can't coach, you parent.
Yeah, and if you can't parent, then you die.
I think that gauntlet has been thrown down before you, coach. Here.
Well, then,
catch. Oh, you can't catch a basketball. That was right to you.
You just watched it.
We did it.
I guess this is my swan song,
you
kids.
didn't see it. You watched it go by.
Look, it's true. I can't coach. I can't parent. I can't teach. So this is my last day on earth, guys. I just want to say that it's been an absolute pleasure. No, you know what? I lie. It's been an absolute disaster coaching all of you. Except for Jimmy. Jimmy, you're going places, pal.
Thanks, coach.
Not you, Kaplansky.
Oh, well, there's two Jimmys on this team.
Hey, it's this Jimmy right here.
Well, two.
Coach.
Look,
listen,
I'm going to go off myself in the bathroom, okay, guys? I want you guys to have a great game.
Coach.
Remember, roo-ha, roo-ha, that's what the kangaroos do, ha, right? North Toronto Kangaroos.
We're not supposed to.
Cut to the coach. Cut to the coach later in the bathroom, a few minutes later. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm your guardian angel.
You finally arrived after all these years.
Yes, because you are about to throw away the greatest gift of all, life.
Life has been nothing to me, guardian angel.
Oh.
All I have to do is take care of kids who don't know how to play basketball in a leather jacket. I got a job that doesn't respect me. I got a wife who divorced me 7 years ago.
Okay, I hear you and all, but you think life gets better after you die? I'm an angel. You know what I gotta do?
What?
I gotta watch people here on Earth screwing up everything, and I'm supposed to help them. Like, what the freaking hell? Sorry,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Look, you know, I spent the last 200 years trying to convince some drug dealers to stop taking cocaine across the border.
How'd it go?
What's that?
How'd it go?
I failed miserably. That's why I don't have any wings yet, and I'm here trying to help you.
Look, I feel like I'm already an angel. I might as already be dead, guardian angel. I'm not doing anything.
You're better off staying alive. Everybody thinks that there's some kind of heaven up there. No, they just put you to work. Put you to work trying to solve all the problems down here on Earth.
God, you mean you just can't escape work? It's death, taxes, death, and then more work?
No, you know what? It makes me wish I could live myself. What's the opposite of killing yourself?
Life, you said. Look, guardian angel.
Yeah.
Have you ever read The Prince and the Pauper?
Oh, no, but
Why
I've
don't we
seen
switch
freaky...
places?
We'll switch.
You can help my high school basketball team, and I'll go and help random drug dealers.
Yeah. Can we make that happen?
Yeah.
Cutting back to the basketball team.
All right, team. Well, we're down 87 points at halftime. That's a bit of a surprise. Kaplansky, I think, you know, I think you've got to think about others a little more.
Yeah.
You've got to really...
Starting to think I miss our last coach.
Oh.
And that is the end of the show. Yeah, let's hear it for all the players. Put your cameras on, everybody. Like those players are Lisa Merchant, Gail Boyer, Chris Siddiqui, Jack Mosshammer, Gary Griffin, and Sandy Jovan Bevins. Let's hear from Matthew Reed and his all-dog band on the keys there. And thank you to Dan Gallia for live editing and doing the live stream. And of course, a special big thanks to our special guest, Lieutenant Commander Paul Smith. Yeah. You can still help and support the show at PayPal. Our PayPal account is paypal.me/monkeytoestoronto. And if you're interested in booking us for something private virtual, you can email us through that. Cass, this is the time where we see if anyone has anything upcoming to plug. Lieutenant Commander Smith, do you want to plug? You got any shows coming up? Any special missions?
No.
Nothing? No? Anyone in the cast? Sandy, I know you want to plug the food bank you live in.
I always plug the food bank.
Yeah.
Saturday mornings down here. This morning, huge line to get into the food bank, and it's they always need donations. They always need help. So I encourage people to donate to the food bank. I was looking forward to Paul giving us like his secret mission. I got one thing to plug: the secret mission I'm about to go on.
Does anyone else have anything they want to plug?
Jan and I are doing Chili Davidson's show next Saturday. It's on Facebook, I guess.
Okay, so you can check that out. Lisa will be promoting that on Facebook. Anyone else got anything they want to plug before we go? Dan Gallia got something.
I'm doing a show called The Comedy Trip, and it's on an experimental website. It's a video website like this, but you can move around and you have a character in a weird world. And it's on February 25th. And it's me with this company, Bramble. We're doing it, and it should be really fun. So if you want to check that out, you can go to my website, dangallia.ca, and but do the food bank thing for sure first.
Yeah, Chris, you want to plug? Chris, you plug in Chris has got Bit Players online.
Yeah, Bit Players. Go to CBC Gem. It's about a brown guy and a black guy trying to make it in the Canadian entertainment industry. And then if you're a nerd, you can listen to me play Dungeons and Dragons My buddy Jay and Tom at dwarvenmoss.com. Dwarven moss is our term for like fantasy weed too. That's like our strain of fantasy weed, dwarven moss.
Nice. Paul just talked about drug busts. What are you doing? Come on.
It's legal, man.
Legal, I know. It's.
Let me see your watch, Chris.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
If you follow me on Instagram, there'll be lots of great pictures of my cat.
Hey,
Gary's cat is very beautiful.
Gary is cat heavy. I do have to say it's true. All right. Well, I do want to say, Paul, it's been a pleasure. I haven't seen you 30s. First, as well, thank you for your service. And I know a lot of the members of the Navy are watching tonight. I hope we didn't embarrass you or them. And we thank all of our members of the Canadian Armed Forces for their service, especially during this crazy year that we're all having. Thank you all for those who have been watching the show over the last few months. We will be back at some point, either online or live. Definitely back live when that is allowed, whenever that will be. Everyone, take care of yourself. Thank you so much. We love you. Wash your hands. Video.